my name is Kalle. I'm a boat builder from Finland, and last episode, me and my partner bought this Hallberg-Rassy from Sweden. The only problem is, we live in Finland, so now we need to figure out how to get her home. This is the story of Beatrice. So with the papers signed and the boat officially ours, I waited until warmer weather, packed my tools, and then headed out again on the overnight ferry from Finland to Sweden. The plan was to head over a few weekends in the spring to get the boat seaworthy so that we could sail her home to Finland for the full refit. Like I said in the last episode, the boat is structurally sound but has some unfortunate aesthetics going on at the moment. The previous owner painted over the original gel coat, the deck was also covered with what I assume is epoxy filler, and the bottom also needs a really good renovation at some point, but let's just ignore that for now. I also found some parts of the deck where water had gotten into the sandwich material and into the cabin through some screw holes. I think it has something to do with these stanchion posts that are loose. They had been bedded with silicone at some point, which is just non-existent at this point. But before I could do anything, I wanted to clean the interior. The boat had accumulated some dirt and dead bugs over the last 6 years on the hard. After getting most of the grime off and getting rid of those ugly-ass curtains, I could see that the interior was actually in pretty good condition. The mattresses attached to the seating was in good condition, the kitchen was okay, but I did take out the nasty burner with me to clean it in Finland. One thing I loved was this old VHF, and I hope we can get that working for the trip. The floorboards were also solid teak, which is honestly crazy. Right next to the heads was this very old lamp oil heater that we nicknamed the Bomb. It heats water in a tank right above it, which is pumped through the little radiators in the mess. Very cool. So I'd been at the boat for like 3 hours at this point, and I hear a knock on the hull suddenly, and I go outside to see that there's this older gentleman with his family. Yeah, it turns out that he used to own the boat.
Funnily enough, I actually met the previous owner of this boat, so not the one that I bought it from, but the one who had it before, and he had it for 20 years. And he put a lot of work onto this. I actually have a folder this thick of just all the receipts and everything that he's saying. I was here for maybe 3 hours, and then suddenly there's a man outside. Turns out he was this guy whose name I've read on all the receipts and everything. I don't know, it was a bit of a magical moment, I think. The stars seem to be very aligned with this project, and I hope that things continue to be aligned.
So in order to get the boat seaworthy, I decided to focus on the engine and then all the through-hull fittings. And the engine was pretty straightforward. It's a 2008 Vetus, and it's in quite good condition. I just had to disassemble a bunch of trim in order to get to it. I did an oil change and replaced the impeller, the alternator belt. I didn't bring fresh diesel, so I had to wait with changing the fuel filter, and also had to wait with trying to start it, which was a shame because I was kind of looking forward to that. After that, I turned my attention to this through-hull fitting right next to it, which had this nasty soft sealant on it. I decided to take the whole thing out, grind out some of the glass, and just give the fitting a good clean with a wire brush. Afterwards, I laid up some glass with epoxy and left it to cure. I'll be drilling the hole on the next trip, and once we get to Finland, I'll replace all the through hulls on the boat anyways. But for now, just so that it survives the trip to Finland. I was blessed with some really good weather on this trip, which was great because I was living out of my van. I was happy that the boatyard doubled as a caravan camping during the summer, so I could use the shower facilities after a long day working on the boat. It was a fun little weekend trip, although the nights were still a bit cold. The last day I spent taking off some of the loose stanchion posts and rebedding them. I did a very quick job with some Sika. It doesn't look pretty, but as long as it keeps the water out. I'll be sanding the whole deck and grinding out the cracks back in Finland anyway. Next, I drove out to where the seller, the guy who sold me the boat, lives to pick up all the stuff in his garage. And as you can see, everything fit perfectly into the van. I felt pretty good after getting all the mattresses in the boat, and it really started to look like the boat that it should be. I didn't have much time to enjoy it, however, as I had to make it to the ferry. I packed up my tools, took the old batteries with me to be recycled, and next time I will focus on getting the engine to start, as well as getting the electronics to work. So anyways, thanks for watching, and see you next time.